college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Bruins will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So Ohio State's offense will have first crack at this one. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Breaks into the open. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And that's frustrating, and that's a frustrating sign for this defense early, man. You want to set the tone physically up front, and 3rd down and short, and you're nowhere to be found. And they easily get that 1st down, gaining some momentum and really establishing the line of scrimmage.
No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals. And
picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. It's a fumble. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going.
I gotta tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a 1st down. That's how you do it.
That's caught. It's sharp. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
Look, I know this offense didn't have the opening drive in the game they would have liked, but the defense now came away with a massive takeaway. Now you're seeing how that affects the offense. They're playing with a little bit of a pep in the step. Nice throw there, getting the 1st down. This offense all of a sudden looks a whole lot different than what they did the last time out.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you 1st downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
To the air on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back looking for help. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So UCLA's offense will have its first possession of the game. John. Creates a little room. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Fires left. Got his man downfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Wants to throw on first down. The sure hands, it's Penn. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Bruins with the 1st and 10. The handoff to Johnson. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. The Bruins didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field with the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Looking for a man, it's John. Going for 6. Give him 6. Touchdown, UCLA!
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Out of the end zone. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. On the move, he fires. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
He's going to run it. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Great play by the cornerback. In this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got him. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Calls for the fair catch, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. You got to give him room and let him catch the football, and if he's called for the fair catch, you just have to stay back. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Bring in the heat. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Trying play action. Got it in the middle. It's end goal. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Grabbed over the middle. It's end goal.
Great job by the quarterback there. He saw the safety bite on the run fake. So as the safety comes running downhill, he now knows he has the slant throw to his receiver on the outside.
Dropping back, it's John. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and you add the answer to the test right there.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things. And with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Finds a man on the left. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's first and goal at the 9. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. The snap sets up the throw. Looking for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. Power ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bruins. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. The give to the back. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Snags it over the middle. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Hauls it in. Oh, he's got some space. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around.
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And that is the way you set the tone. Man, early and often. Here in the first quarter, getting your first sack. Nice job by this defense. They had 4 last week, and it's looking like today it's going to be more of the same.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And how about the awareness by this guy on third down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics. And also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. Setting up the screen. Turning it on. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's one-on-one, but not two-on-one. You got to see that, got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
The Buckeyes come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
I'll tell you what, fullbacks are kind of dying breeds. You just don't use them very much. So when you bring them in the game, a lot of times you bring them in the game to be physical and stout blockers. And then occasionally you give them the ball in those short yardage situations. You say, go get me a first down. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Now on second and goal. Off the boot, looking for his man. Got his man quickly. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of interest in this CUSA showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. FIU is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll remember in Miami for some time. They're up by 17 over Jacksonville State. Implications galore inside CUSA, and we'll circle back should anything big happen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Bruins, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. To the air, it's John. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Defense in press coverage. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. He'll keep it on the sneak.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Wants to go up top on first down. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, UCLA! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick strike complete. Pass to 45. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off play action. He'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Listen, I know that game didn't get very much, but I love getting the tight ends involved. Get everybody involved in the offense. Make me cover the whole field. Keep everybody a little bit honest.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Just feeds the running back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Here's a hit. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he makes the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Fires to the big fella. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
The Bruins getting set on 1st and 10. Good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Gonna look downfield again. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Finally, a defense looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points, but the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think, setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's John. Fires complete on the crosser. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul.
That roughing call probably stems from frustration as this guy has cut them into pieces. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Rushes on him. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Off the play fake. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country and getting the quarterback on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
It's good. And they go back on top. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. Auburn escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Tigers fans there today could have done without this one being so close. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Makes the catch. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Gets it out quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Safe completion on the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. The attempt is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And the Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And the returner will be brought down. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something up. There he goes! Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Buckeyes in a good spot here with second and short. The give to the back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. They'll say he stepped out of bounds right at the 17.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Ohio State. And that one will put him up here in the second half. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies, and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
And the extra point is good. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Looking to pass. It's John. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the third quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. It's Gage.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much there on the line. He gets one to the 31. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, David.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
They don't even consider the 47-yard field goal attempt, and they'll try to pick it up on 4th down and short. They'll run for it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Buckeyes looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Running back searching for a hole. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Scores on the sneak.
And I'll tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. They're up 35-24. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Oklahoma State is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 34 over Houston. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 clash of the Titans, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Really nice throw there. I'll tell you, UCLA, they've got an impressive history book of quarterbacks, going all the way back to Rick Neuheisel. Troy Aikman is a name people will recognize. Cade McNown back in my day. And then recently, DTR was carving up defenses, too, throwing it. Got to be able to make good decisions. You got to be able to deliver strikes through the air, and this guy right now is doing just that.
The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Tight end now in motion. The run from the shotgun. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen. 3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Breaks into the open. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bruins.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That lead has dwindled down to 3 now to see if they have a response. Oh, they're after him. That's caught. It's Gage. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Got the 1st down. He's still on his feet. He's running free down the middle. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can generate explosive plays. That's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team, but this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going for the goal line. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line. And after that strong play on 1st down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. DBs locked up tight on the receivers. Pulls it in. It's Bean. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Quarterback on the keeper. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads or read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender, and they're reading him. And basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. You do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So, good luck stopping him.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Back to pass, it's John. Grab near the marker, it's Penn. Touchdown, UCLA! He got a step and just dusted the field. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown there.
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, you get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Looking to throw, it's John. Gets it out fast. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Man, you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You've got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. Amidst a den of deafening noise, he'll try to tie the game. Is that guy's foot human? My goodness, did he hammer that ball from distance. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, man. Take a look at how things are playing out. Eastern Michigan is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 13 to Bowling Green. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Gonna swing it on second down. Makes the grab. Nice move, creates some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. New set of downs after the completion. On the run, it's Witherspoon.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
The short hands, it's Gage. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. This time they'll go to the running game. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
Got it behind the line. It's Witherspoon. Oh, he's got some space. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains and the screen pass is effective. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense. The defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run play action. Buying some time. Zings it complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Buckeyes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll go back to the ground. Touchdown, Ohio State! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it back. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage of the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammer. Sneak gets it done. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. UCLA will go back to work on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Looking for more room. Inside. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense does the work itself with a pick six. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job, not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they built this sizable lead. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Right, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to...
He's got it for a big play. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. And the Bruins headed quickly to the line.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now...
Turning it on! Using the quick game. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. It's complete on the right side. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. And the Bruins trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Trying to barge in. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To the air, it's John. Unleashes to the end zone. Fires the pass, intercepted.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense...
Got some room to run. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
The give to the back. Makes it past the marker. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Plucks it out of the air. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
So now it's 2nd and long. He leaves it with the back. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
It'll be 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.